beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. This is Mira with Star Sisters Intuition. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night. And for today's reading, we're taking a look at what new beginning this new moon in Aquarius is bringing for you. To do this reading, I've laid out 5 piles. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, and pile number 5. I'm going to add the crystals and I'll be right back. And here we have the crystals. For pile number 1, we have a shungite egg. For pile number 2, we have a green aventurine star. For pile number 3, we have a rose quartz heart. For pile number 4, we have an amethyst. And for pile number 5, we have a yellow azestolite. Pick whichever pile number, or crystal is calling you most, and that's going to be your reading. Trust your intuition as it's going to guide you to the correct pile. And I also wanted to add that every new moon brings new energy with it, but Aquarius is the water bearer, and the water they carry is known to help clear the past and bring in that fresh new energy. And so this Aquarius new moon in specific will bring new beginnings with it. So now I'm gonna read from the Moonology deck for this card. And for those of you who want to listen to what this card has to say, then continue watching. Otherwise, the timestamps will be listed below and you can head to your specific reading. Okay, so for the new moon in Aquarius, it says open up to change. Big changes are forecast, but you need to let events unfold with as little steering as possible from you. Sometimes you just need to take a bit of space from a person or a situation. If you know you've been too emotional about someone or something, this card offers you the chance to cool things down. A rational, even slightly aloof assessment of your current circumstances is called for. Allow for things to develop. Try to think of your situation from a different angle. I was called to do this new beginnings video for this new moon, and there is a change in the air, so being open to change and not resisting and allowing for more flow in your life during this new moon, and working with the energies of the new moon to allow for this newness to come into your life will be really beneficial for those of you who wanted to, well, for everybody, but for those of you specifically who wanted to hear what this card had to say. Okay, now let's head into the readings. Hello, pile 1. You've chosen the shungite egg. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. And before I lay out your cards, I just want to let you guys know that your pile in specific had really active and fast cards. Like, the cards just flew out as I was pulling them. So I'm really curious to see what your new beginning is, but I feel like because the cards were so fast and so active, I think this new beginning is going to be coming in really quickly for you guys. Alright, now I'm going to lay out the cards and I'll be right back. Hello, pile 1. I've laid out your cards. We start off with the 2 of Pentacles, the World card, the 5 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Knight of Wands, and then the 4 of Swords. And so what I get, because we have the 2 of Pentacles next to the World card, is that you guys have been juggling something, juggling your time, your resources. Maybe you felt like your financial resources, because of the 5 of Pentacles, have been depleted. You may have been juggling more responsibilities at work, or maybe a career and school, or job and school, or it could have been that you were juggling responsibilities as well, personal responsibilities and responsibilities towards others. Some of you may have been working on a project or something in secret, is what I'm getting, because of the High Priestess. And working on that project has been kind of felt like a juggle, because on one hand you're not really telling people what you're working on, so people don't understand why you're always so busy. And on the other hand, you still have to fulfill your other responsibilities. And so it felt like a juggle, and maybe you felt like what things weren't really paying off, and you weren't really seeing the payoff of what you've been working towards. But the new beginning that's happening is the end of this cycle. this cycle is ending and you're finally completing this phase of juggling, of feeling depleted. I hear that there's going to be a shift in your schedule coming so that you don't feel like you're just barely staying afloat, but rather you can start to enjoy the work that you've put in. Yeah, there's definitely a shift in your schedule coming. Help might be coming too, in the form of money or time or other resources. I also kind of get the sense that you're going to start to manage your budget and your schedule a lot better. And so because of that, you're finally being able to take control of your finances and your schedule. And through that, you're able to juggle moving forward in your project, in your school, or whatever it is that you're working on. You're finally able to move forward, but also take the time to reflect and have pause, because that might have felt a little bit hard to do recently, taking that time for pause. And so because of that, every time you tried to move forward, you might have felt like drained and depleted in energetically. So what I'm getting is that this new beginning is bringing help in for you. It's ending a cycle and bringing help in so that you can feel more in control of your life, of your finances, of your physical resources, of your time. And so if this is a project that you've been working on in secret, it's like you actually are able to dedicate the time that you want to dedicate to it. You may be completing a responsibility, and through this completion of this responsibility, your schedule opens up more because you no longer have that responsibility. It's done, it's been completed. And because the cards were coming so fast and we had the Knight of Wands, I feel like this is happening really quickly. I'd say like within the next 2 to 3 months, at minimum. At most, I kind of get like half a year that these responsibilities are starting to level out and complete them, like they're coming to completion, and you're finally gaining more control of your time and your resources. And this moon is really sticking out to me, so I'm thinking that I know this is a reading for the new moon, but the next full moon is really going to show you how you can better take control of your resources, and it's going to help you in completing this thing that you've been juggling. And it may be like right now you may be looking at it and wondering how you're going to make it through this and how you're going to complete these responsibilities. You may be really overwhelmed right now and just feeling like you can't continue moving forward. But Spirit is saying that this cycle is ending. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it may be a mystery right now. It may be clouded in like a mystery, and you may not see exactly how this is going to end and how you're going to be able to take control of your finances, how your resources and your time. But help is coming. The cycle is ending, and so just trust is what I'm hearing, that you're gonna be able to move forward again with more passion. I feel like you're gonna be able to move forward with more fire, like you have the energy to move forward and to complete the things that you want to complete, as well as strength. I think whatever this juggle is, it's building inner strength in you so that you can move forward and overcome any challenges that may come your way. And also, I think it's going to help you to heal through reflections, heal this overwhelming energy, this depleted energy. I think it's going to allow you to heal that, and so that you can again put more energy to moving forward and doing the reflections needed so that you can continue overcoming any challenges that come your way in the future. And so this new moon in Aquarius is giving you the energy needed to tie up the loose ends, so to speak. And like, so you can work on completing this like juggling phase and move away from like this depleted energy. I also hear that this new moon is bringing like mental clarity, so you can do what you need to do, like what is necessary to take charge and gain control of your life and your energy. Now let's take your next two oracle cards. We have the throat chakra, express your truth. And what I'm kind of getting from this is that you're starting to clearly communicate and express your thoughts and feelings and your deeper inner truths to yourself without feeling like these things have to be justified or explained, but rather like you're coming to a place of accepting these thoughts, feelings, and truths. And for the thoughts that make you feel down, I see you starting to transform them so they uplift you rather than bring you down. I don't really see you communicating like these things to other people, but like it's definitely a possibility. Mostly I just see you communicating better with yourself. I also get the sense that you're going to start healing your throat chakra and speaking from a place of kindness. Then the next card we have is a journey to wholeness. And with this card, again, it's like reminding me of exactly what we were talking about. Like, yes, you right now you feel depleted and like a lack of resources or energy or time, but this phase is completing and you're finally becoming whole. You're finally moving through this journey to wholeness. I'm gonna read from the guidebook for these two cards as well. For the throat chakra, it says, be truthful with yourself about how you are really feeling. If you always act in integrity and follow your heart-centered truth, some unhealthy connections or aspects of your life may fall away and you will be in complete alignment with your path. In this way, your internal psychic navigation system will become strengthened, your purpose will be clear, and you will inspire others through the sparkle of your deep inner knowing. And it's really interesting with the Five of Pentacles. So it may be that other people have been depleting your energies as well, because maybe you're trying to juggle your own responsibilities while also helping other people. And so be honest with yourself is the thing that I'm getting, and it was kind of a similar message that I got when I saw the card. And now for the journey to wholeness, it's really interesting that you have angel number 33 here. So maybe some of you will be seeing 3 a lot, and if you have been seeing 3 a lot, this is just an extra layer of confirmation that your juggling or this like phase is going to be coming to an end, and that you're going to finally come into harmony with the other people around you, but also the responsibilities that you hold. Like things are starting to move towards harmony. All right, so now what Journey to Wholeness says, we could have the idea that we will feel better about ourselves when we achieve a goal or status, that success will somehow make everything better. Unfortunately, this takes us out of the present and makes our love somewhat conditional. To be a healer, transcend the perspective that the being in front of you needs to be fixed. And that could go for yourself too. Like, overcome the urge to fix yourself and rather focus on healing those things that you think are holding you back and seeing how these things can be your greatest asset. Also, this Journey to Wholeness card is kind of reminding me of the World card, which is also about completion of a journey or like a phase. So I think it's like confirming that. And again, with the butterfly, you're transforming any thoughts that hold you back and like transitioning away from that. I'm getting a message from the Journey to Wholeness of, don't chase perfection. Just do the best you can and move forward. Like, of course you can always seek improvement, but it shouldn't come at the cost of your sanity, is what I'm hearing. And so through the juggling of your current journey, you're gaining the insight and strength needed to start your journey to internal wholeness, where you feel whole and complete internally regardless of your situation externally, and no longer feel like you have to rely on external factors to make you whole and complete. The next card we have is True Love Come to Me. So I just feel like you're starting to call in more love in your life. You're starting to bring in more of that energy of love and understand what love truly means to you. And this new beginning is just allowing you to connect with the things that truly resonate with you, that you're a match with. And so through that, you're able to, again, move out of this cycle of juggling and move into a more calm and harmonious cycle is what I'm hearing. Now let's take 2 cards from this deck to see any last information. I guess we'll just take one. Transition. That's so perfect. Yeah, with transition, we were literally talking about that with the butterfly. So yes, you're transitioning out of this juggling phase. You're becoming a butterfly. All of this was strengthening you. It was rebuilding you so that you can step into this new beginning of more harmony, and you can work on your responsibilities with greater control and just transition out of this phase of just barely feeling like you're keeping your head above water to swimming in the water, to flowing with the water. Now, to end this reading, I'm going to take some cards from this deck to see what, thank you. Recharge, and that makes so much sense because we have the 4 of Swords here. There's nothing like a walk on the beach to soothe your soul. So how do you need to recharge your energies? How do you need to soothe your soul? I think Spirit is saying to connect to things that recharge you, that soothe you, that bring you in that energy of calm, because that will really help you to overcome this cycle in a quicker manner. Pal number 1, thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I really hope you're able to take advantage of this new beginning and recharge your energies so that you're able to close out this cycle and step into your new harmonious beginning. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye. Hello, Pal 2. You've chosen the green aventurine star. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. I'm going to lay out your cards, and I'll be right back. Hello, Pal 2. I've laid out your cards. We start off with the 8 of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Page of Cups, the King of Wands reversed, and the Tower reversed. And so right off the bat, because we have the 8 of Swords and Aquarius is an air sign, which has to do with our mind, I see you starting to release your mind from any mental clutters or any mental cages that you may have put around yourself, because cages is a word that I keep getting in my mind. So you're really stepping out of the cage. You're starting to allow for more freedom and more flow in your mind, and through that, I think you're starting to become a master of your emotions. I think you're going to be allowing more flow in your emotions, and also I feel like you're not fearing your emotions anymore. That's the thing I'm getting. You may have feared your emotions or feared releasing your emotions. Your mind might have been fighting your emotions, almost like there was a little bit of tension there between your mind and your emotions. And this new beginning is allowing you to really release your that mindset of not expressing your emotions. That's what I'm getting. And with the Page of Cups, this could be a new interest, maybe a new romantic interest, if that applies, or it could be a new like creative interest, a new emotionally fulfilling interest, but there's like a new interest coming in that I think is coming through you, healing this hurt within your mind and allowing for that release to happen. And I'm getting a really strong message right now, specifically for those of you who may be single, or like even if you're in a relationship. I feel like some of you may have been feeling isolated from true and deep emotional connections in your relationships. You may have felt like your relationships are lacking that deep emotional connection. And so because of that, you felt like isolated and like you couldn't truly express your thoughts and your emotions to the people around you. But this new beginning, whether that's a new romantic interest, or just a new person, or maybe like a new level of like emotional awareness, which is coming through this like ability to start releasing your emotions and actually starting to become more in tune with your emotions. I hear that this new beginning is releasing your mind so that you can finally start to find harmony between your mind and your emotions, and really starting to understand and tune into what your emotions are trying to tell you. I also see you no longer relying on others to fill your cup, but rather taking control of your own emotions and realizing what you need in order to feel emotionally fulfilled, and then walking towards that. So you're like, through this release and walking towards your emotions, you're saving yourself from a lot of like heartache, or a lot of like breaking down moments is what I'm hearing, because we have the Tower being reversed here. It's like you're saving yourself from going through the heartache and the tower breaking moments, which is not bad, but sometimes we can learn lessons without needing to go through the Tower moment, because the Tower moment is good. But like I said, sometimes it's not necessary to have that Tower moment if we can learn the lesson without going through such a massive change, and abrupt change as well. Because I feel like you're taking it upon yourself to figure out your emotions, to get in tune with your emotions, and to start fulfilling your own needs and walking towards those things that do that, and releasing your mind from any like caged in feeling, or from any like mentalities that were creating that cage, or limiting beliefs as well. And because of these limiting beliefs and this cage that you had in your mind with your emotions, you may have not felt worthy to pursue your desires, or to like go after the things that you wanted, or your goals, and just like you may have felt a little insecure as well and not believed in yourself. But through this new beginning, that's starting to change too, where you're starting to bring in more inner belief, like starting to believe in yourself and starting to actually take action towards your desires, and really think about ways of how you can fulfill those desires. It may take you some time to overcome these limiting beliefs and your fears as well. Fears of the unknown is what I'm hearing, fears of change, and it may take you some time to truly start to have that confidence in yourself. But this new moon in Aquarius is really starting to bring that push for you. You're starting to push yourself towards that, where even if it takes time, you're willing to work and make that change happen and start believing in yourself. I also get the sense that like you're starting to bring in relationships and people in your life that while you don't need to rely on them for emotional fulfillment, they also don't tear you down. So it's people who you don't have to rely on in order to feel fulfilled, but they're not tearing you down, so they don't make you feel bad about yourself. And I feel like you're leaving behind any relationships that are not in alignment with that may feel like they put you down, or it just might not feel right in those relationships. Like, you may not feel validated or understood, and I feel like you're leaving those relationships behind and no longer caring to put energy into that or effort into that. And then the next few cards that we have are the solar plexus chakra and gracious receptivity. And so with the solar plexus chakra and the solar plexus having to do with the sun, I'm getting the idea that, like, you're starting to illuminate this, like, because the new moon is in shadow, it's like the beginning of illumination. Because without, like, if everything's already bright, then we're not going to be able to illuminate certain parts. But if there's darkness, then you can illuminate certain parts in your life or certain things. So with the solar plexus chakra coming out, I'm getting the sense that you're starting to illuminate these limiting beliefs, these emotions that are being trapped, and releasing that, just like we were saying. And also, like, any relationships that are keeping you from reaching your full potential, that don't fulfill you or just make you feel not so great. And I feel like the solar plexus chakra also deals with our confidence. So I see you gaining more confidence through this new beginning, and you're just stepping into, like, a much more confident version of yourself, where you don't feel like you have to tear others down to be, like, to make yourself feel better, or where you're no longer allowing relationships in your life that are tearing you down. I get the sense of, like, ego healing as well. So, like, this new beginning is allowing you to heal your ego so that you can feel confident again, like we said, without tearing others down. Because true confidence comes from, like, our inner knowing of, like, knowing our worth without like comparing ourselves to others or feeling the need to talk down to somebody else, because that's not true confidence. That's just it's like an ego inflation, basically. I'm going to take a look at the guidebook for these cards as well, specifically this gracious receptivity, which I'm getting, like, you're coming into more alignment and bringing in more receptive energies, like, and starting to be on the receiving end too. I feel like you're opening yourself up to be more receptive of different things, and the hands are also calling out to me. So, like, again, like, you're opening your hands to receive. But let's see what the guidebook says. So for the solar plexus chakra, it says, you are invited to revel in the present moment and feel deeply into your senses. The sensuality of being alive, the breeze on your skin, the scent of damp earth, the feeling of fitting perfectly into the temple you call your body. This card is about diving into the depths of a moment where all your faculties are available for divine creation. Your entire paint kit is present, as no part is left in the past or caught in the future. All of who you are unites in a point of deep experience. This is the ecstatic moment of conception for a project or new life. Let yourself drop into passion, intimacy, and loving connection with whatever you are birthing into the world and with whomever you have chosen to co-create with. And co-creation happens with the universe all the time. And so it's exactly like we were saying, like, stepping into your confidence, stepping into your true, like, being, and just becoming more confident through that and allowing yourself to shine. Because, like, the sun is that Leo energy of, like, that, like, being the brightest in the room and allowing yourself to shine. So, like, I feel like you're stepping into a time of again, allowing your inner self to come out and just being radiant is what I'm hearing. Now let's take a look at gracious receptivity. It says, if there was a manual for optimal human experience, one of the most potent points would be gratitude. It is the backbone of all spiritual practice. Writing a list of the things you are grateful for has been scientifically proven to have a profound positive effect on the mind and nervous system. So I think in order to help yourself come out of this trapped mental feeling, start to write a gratitude list. Because this is going to help you to be in that mindset of gratitude. When we shift our perspective from what we are lacking, needing, and desiring, we temporarily replace the survival factor with the resonance for thriving. When we acknowledge the miracle of our existence and how far we have come despite the challenges, it can bring back our inner smile. Gratitude can enliven an attitude of, I got this, which is exactly what, it's so interesting how synchronistic this is. Through that gratitude, you're going to build so much more confidence because it's like, no, I've got this. I can do this. And you start to believe and trust in yourself more. You start to release your emotions so that you can allow for flow in your life. And so you're not causing blockages. One of the best tricks for bringing something into your life is to be already thankful for it, as if it has already arrived. This sets up the frequency of fullness and plenty rather than emptiness and need. And so, yes, that's exactly what's happening here. Being thankful and bringing in more gratitude. Some of you may have already started a gratitude list, and if you haven't, then this is a reminder from Spirit to do so that you can get into that energy of gratitude and start to release your mind from any trapped feelings. Wow, guys, the next card, New Beginnings. Let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell. You're really, this entire reading is about new beginnings, and then you guys get the New Beginnings card. There's a really powerful new beginning at hand for you guys. And through this new beginning, you're really starting to shift your life, and you're avoiding having this unexpected tower moment, and rather you're being the creator of change. And so because of that, you're making this tower moment happen to your in a way that's not going to shatter you, is what I'm hearing. Wow, pile number 2, this is so powerful. Now let's take 2 last cards from this deck. Whoop, that's too many. Okay. To see what Spirit would like to add to this reading, what changes or what new beginnings are happening for pile number 2. I'm feeling this one right here. Wow, guys, look at that gratitude. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. So yes, a strong message from Spirit. Get into that mode of gratitude. Start to feel grateful for what you already have. And through that, you're going to start to break these limiting beliefs. You're going to start to release your mind from any mental cages and any mental blockages that you may have had. Now let's take a few last cards from this deck to end this reading off. What would Spirit like to add to this reading? But yeah, a huge message. Okay, we're going to just take that. A huge message from Spirit is to be in this mode of gratitude. Because I think that's what your new beginning is starting from. It's being in this mode of gratitude is going to spark that change, which is going to allow for this new beginning to come in more seamlessly, is what I'm hearing. The next card we have is Dance. Take inspiration from the moonlight dancing on the surface of the sea. So what I get with that, dancing is a great form of releasing energy and releasing stress. Personally, when I dance, I feel like I've released so much stress and anxiety from my body, and from my mind. So maybe getting into that energy of dance, whatever that looks like to you. Some people don't like dancing. For you, it may be something else, but whatever that release is, like whatever helps you to get that release, that could be even like going into nature, being surrounded by the ocean or like the mountains or whatever it is, or just even going outside for like 5 minutes, however that looks like for you. Spirit is saying to do that so you can again allow for this release to happen. And then the next card we have is Wild. Believe in your otherworldly beauty, dance with the waves, and drink in the sunshine. That's so interesting because I think for another reading we had these two come out together as well. And if you watch that reading, then I feel like this is another confirmation to like dance and allow for your energies to flow and get into that like energy of freeness or of a flowiness, like allow for flow in your life. Pal number 2, thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I really hope you're able to step into this new beginning by being grateful for what you have and stepping into this energy of gratitude while also allowing for freedom and flow in your life. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye. Hello, Pile 3. You've chosen the Rose Quartz Heart. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. I'm going to lay out your cards, and I'll be right back. Hello, Pile 3. I've laid out your cards. You start off with the Hermit reversed, the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. So right off the bat, like, you have 3 court cards, and specifically 3 Pentacle court cards, which is telling me that this new beginning has a lot to do with your physical resources, your finances, your time, your career or school, or even your job. Like, this could also have to do with your house too, is what I'm hearing, like your home life. And with the Hermit as our first card, I get the sense that you're starting to come out of this Hermit phase of introspection. You're starting to like, this new beginning is moving you out of this Hermit phase and into a phase of like slow but steady action, where you're starting to like grow and learn and explore new things, learn new things, and you're just starting to come into a phase of like external exploring. Like, for a long time you may have been doing a lot of internal explorations and internal reflections, and now you're finally stepping out of that and coming into a phase of external exploring. And it may cause some, like, because we have the Ten of Wands here, it may be like a little bit burdensome at times, and there may be some challenges that come through this, but I see you overcoming that, like through that slow and steady action, and through these internal reflections that you have done, which have allowed you to gain like internal strength and stability. You're able to overcome these external challenges and learn from them. So you're growing your inner and external strength, is what I'm hearing. I get the message of starting to spread your inner light outside, starting to use your intuition to help guide you externally towards the things that fulfill you, that the things that you like want, like the experiences you want in your physical life. You're starting to like take time to really explore what kind of experience you want in your journey through this life. So this is really like powerful. Pile number 3, you're doing a lot of external explorations, and the thing that I'm getting is because you've done these inner inner reflections, and you've gotten to know yourself and done like deep inner transformations, is what I'm hearing. You're finally ready to step onto the path of like exploring your external environment without having to fear any challenges or burdens that might come, because there's always going to be challenges and like things that we have to overcome. And even burdens are not really a bad thing per se, because they help us to learn how we can strengthen ourselves, so we don't like buckle under the pressure, is what I'm hearing. And your inner reflections have brought you to the point where now it doesn't really matter what pressures life throws at you or what things come up in your life. You have built such a solid backbone and such a solid like spine that you are being able to overcome that without buckling under the pressure. And that this new beginning is going to be showing you how you have really like developed and how you've really worked to strengthen yourself. Because a lot of times like external factors are not really the thing that can cave us. It's our internal self. Like when we have things that need to be resolved internally, the external circumstances can amplify that. And so what I see is that because you've again done that work, no matter what external things happen, you are now in a place of strength and security and stability. Like you've built a solid foundation. So that's what I was getting with the home life, is like you've built a solid like internal foundation, so that now you can set up the home life that you want, the experiences you want. And no matter what comes your way, you're going to be overcoming it without sacrificing your internal standards and your inner self. Also, these fairies on the Page of Pentacles are really sticking out to me, and what that's telling me is like you're going to be guided through any challenges that come your way. Your spirit guides are going to be working with you to help guide you through those challenges. And I feel like your spirit guides in general help to guide you, but they kind of also like try to let you work through things on your own, because through that you're able to create that internal strength. But yeah, I see them like they are around you, and they're going to be helping you through this new beginning and this new phase that you're entering. And any challenges that come your way, they're saying like all you need to do is reach out, and they'll show you the path of least resistance. The next few cards that we have is Crown Chakra and the Sound of the Universe. So this makes perfect sense, because through your reflections and your inner, like your time of hermit mode, you have developed your crown chakra and strengthened it, so you can receive like those downloads and the knowing, and finally like tap into that unlimited potential of the universe, and listen into the sound of the universe, like tap into the higher vibrational frequencies of the universe. I'm going to read from the guidebooks for these two cards, because the guidebook for this deck is really powerful. And so for the previous piles, I've been reading from the guidebook, and I'm going to do that for this one too. So for the crown chakra, it says, be present and flowing without rigid outcomes. Find more spaces in your life. Find your own way to meditate. When you are distracted, you are living on the surface level. Explore the state of flow and be receptive to the intuitive messages you may receive. So like we were saying, through your reflections, you've opened up your crown chakra, and so you're able to receive like downloads and messages. And so Spirit is saying to be receptive towards that, to pay attention to those downloads, and open yourself up to the flow of life, and don't sometimes the pentacles can be very rigid, like earth in general can be very rigid, so don't put yourself in a box, but rather allow for flow, and that's going to help you to be guided, again like we were saying, to be guided out of any burdens or any of these like challenges through the path of least resistance. And it'll help you to connect to your spirit guides as well. And then for the sound of the universe, it says life-changing experiences, glimpsing the great mystery, significant timing, pivotal moments, The Sri Yantra, the tuning fork of universal consciousness, transcending mundane reality. And it says, having your world shaken up even a little can invite a deeper glimpse of the great mystery of your life. There are myriad ways to peek behind the veil of the mundane world. Ecstatic dance, spiritual exploration, and intuitive creative pursuits are just a few. Aim to naturally imbue this awareness in your everyday existence so you can avoid the sudden wake-up calls. Wake up to the hidden music, harmony, and wonder of your multidimensional world. So again, like, I feel like you're tapping into the sound of the universe, the dimensions beyond our physical reality, and starting to bring some of that infinite potential and that universal frequency down into your mundane, like 3D reality, and like making like a shift and like sparking newness in your reality, like in your 3D world and in your mundane activities, so that it's no longer like boring or mundane or feeling like burdensome, but rather it's like it feels like upbeat and ecstatic is the message I'm getting. And I feel like this is happening by by this crown chakra message that we got of connecting and listening to the intuitive callings that you're getting and listening to your spirit guides as well. So like just tapping in and really allowing for flow in your life. The next card we have is knowledge, which is really funny because that's kind of the message I was getting earlier of like learning something new, and this new thing that you're learning could be how to bring your inner reflections into the external world, how to apply what you've learned internally to your external circumstances. But you're gaining more knowledge on that, and I just see you like up-leveling in your knowledge. Now let's take a few last cards from this deck to see what else Spirit would like to add. We have emotion. So with emotion, I'm getting the sense that like you're starting to make space for your emotions, validating your emotions and paying attention to how they're affecting you like physically. Now let's take one more card. And fell on the floor. And we have communication. So you're starting to communicate your emotions, starting to open up and communicate the downloads that you're getting. I also see like you communicating more to your spirit guides and reaching out so that they can help you again in your path and anytime you need that help. Now let's take also with this, I think that's the ink, what are they called? I don't remember. It's like an ink pen, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, this is speaking out to me. So like, it's like a calligraphy pen, I think. That's what they're called. You're starting to write your emotions down. You're starting to write things down. And that's interesting because even here, the Knight of Pentacles is writing things down. So like, you may be writing down your experiences or writing down the things that you've learned through your internal reflections, through your hermit mode. Maybe some of you are looking to write a book as well. That is a message that I got right now too. Now let's take a few last cards to end this reading off. What would Spirit like to add to this reading for pile number 3? Thank you. Oops. Wow, this came out in the last pile too. Believe in your otherworldly beauty, dance with the waves, and drink in the sunshine. So yeah, like allow for this newness to come in and envelope you. I hear embrace the newness and be present in your life even through the difficult parts rather than seeking an escape, because this will again help you to develop your backbone, like we were saying earlier. Like, allow for yourself to be in that flow and allow for release to happen and bring your internal knowings to your external world and just enjoy your life is what I get with that. And then flow, let your worries drift away. So just try to remain in the flow of your life is what I'm getting, because this new beginning is bringing a flow in your life. And so as much as you can remain in the flow of life and allow for things to naturally occur at their own pace, the more enjoyable your experiences are going to be is what I'm hearing. Pile number 3, thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I hope you're able to remain in the flow of your life and bring your internal knowings to this external world and explore and enjoy. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye! Hello, Pile 4, you've chosen the Amethyst. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. I'm going to lay out your cards and I'll be right back. Hello, Pile 4, I've laid out your cards. You start off with the 7 of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles, the Chariot, the 7 of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands, and the Queen of Wands being reversed. And before I get into what this is all saying, while I was placing your cards here, I got a really strong vision of a wishing well. Like, it looked like a regular well, but I kept hearing the word wishing well. And someone trying to get water from the well, but not being able to. So maybe like you guys have been trying to bring your wishes to reality. And in this new beginning that's coming in, it may not be what you expected, but Spirit is saying like to trust the process and stop waiting for your wishes to happen, but rather to start living your life in the present and bring yourself to a place of enjoyment, because by doing so, your wishes will come to you quicker than you can imagine. And I also, I don't know why, but like I just got this sense that like some of you need to go watch pile number 1. So if you were called to pile number 1, definitely check it out. But now let's get into your actual reading. I just realized that there's literally a well on this 9 of Pentacles. So that's really wild, and I think maybe this is to confirm that. Like, some of you may be wishing for greater finances or like more money, more time even, maybe more physical resources. And that might be why that message came out. Through this new beginning, I think you're starting to really see and be mindful of where you're going to place your mental energy. And so through that, you're going to be creating more abundance, just like through the changes you're making in your mindset. And you're going to start to put your mind towards what you want, towards the outcomes that you want, towards the goals that you have, towards the physical things that you want. And rather than wishing for it, I feel like you're starting to take action on it, because you have the Chariot, which is all about moving and action. So I get the sense that you're starting to take action on this. You're no longer going to sit and wait and just wish for things to be different and wish for things to change and wish for whatever it is that you're wishing for, but rather you're going to start to shift your focus on seeing how you can bring that into your life and start taking action on that. So that is really beautiful. And then because you have the 7 of Pentacles, it's like you're taking action and you're planting the seeds and nourishing them till they start to sprout. I also hear that this new beginning is bringing an energy of patience, as through patience you'll win the greatest victories. And when it does finally come, you're going to be able to like set up the boundaries to like protect it, but also to like maintain it is what I'm hearing. So maintain, if this has to do with like money, for example, it's like you're starting to shift your mindset on how you can make whatever it is that you want to make a month or a year, starting to see what job you can get, or if you need to go to school to like enhance your credentials, or what business idea you can put your mind towards, or things like that, how you can make side hustles to help bring in additional sources of revenue. And then you're going to start taking action on that. And then it's like just a when, like you're just going to start to be in that mindset of like, I know it's coming, and I'm not going to sit here and expend my energy on waiting for it or wishing for it, but rather through that action, I'm certain it's going to come. And it's just like, okay, I'm getting a really strong message with the Seven of Pentacles. When a woman is pregnant, it's not about like, is the baby gonna come? Because it's gonna come. It's just a matter of like when, and the labor period is just a matter of when, because it is happening and it's going to happen, but we don't know exactly when it's going to happen. And so that's what I'm trying to explain, and that's the message I'm getting. Like, we don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but don't worry and don't focus your attention on waiting for it to happen, or getting caught in the when, but rather just enjoy it. Enjoy the action that you've been taking, the creation that you're building. And then when it does happen, make sure you continue to like putting effort towards it, so you can allow for it to continue growing, or set those boundaries so you can maintain it. Yeah, and so and like make sure you do what you need to do to set the boundaries, the healthy boundaries necessary, so that you can enjoy the effort that you've put in towards this like idea, or this job, or whatever it is, so you can enjoy the outcome that it's produced, is what I'm hearing. And then with the Queen of Wands being reversed, I get the sense of like allowing for flow and not being so rigid. So like this new beginning is going to allow you to be in the flow of life, and to enjoy the effort that you've put in, the outcome that it gave, no matter how big or small that outcome was. Like, it's going to allow you to enjoy it in a more fulfilling sense, rather than being so rigid and like being worried that something will go wrong. I see you just being in the mood of having healthy boundaries so you can enjoy the outcome tension-free. I also hear like through this new beginning, you're going to be gaining so much more inspiration in your life, so you can again step away from this like wishing mentality of just constantly wishing, but rather you're going to step into like the inspired action taking energy and mentality. So the next two cards we have is transformation and loving compassion. So yes, you guys are definitely transforming your mindsets. You're really changing the way you see your life and the way you view the world around you, as well as where you put your mental energy. And I'm also getting a message of like being mindful of who you who you allow to influence you, the people that you're constantly watching, the movies that you constantly watch, or the entertainment and the things that you constantly allow in your mind. Being mindful of that, because right now those things could be the things that's dragging you down, because you may be in a comparative mode of like, this person has this and I'm like, I don't have that, or this person is younger than me and they've achieved X, Y, and Z and I haven't even done that yet, or like things like of that nature. And that's what's keeping you in this wishing mentality, and it's like a lack mentality. But this new beginning is coming in to shift your mentality to how you can no longer be in that like wishing mindset, but rather in that creation mindset. And then with loving compassion, I feel like you're becoming more compassionate about yourself. becoming more compassionate towards yourself and starting to love your life. I'm going to read from the guidebooks for these. I've been reading from the guidebooks and it's like been really powerful. So for transformation, we have self-nurturing, going within, time alone, being present with your feelings, cocooning before the butterfly, being gentle on yourself, and an angelic embrace. Feel whatever you need to feel. It may be hard to be present with some parts of yourself. Bring them into a cocoon of gentle self-love and reflection. That's really interesting because the loving compassion is like builds off of that. And insight will come. The shadows can be released and your heart space will soften. Cry or be angry if this is what you are holding on to, and laugh at the hilarious, ironic, divine perfection of it all. This card beckons you beyond your constructed outer self, where you can delve into the beautiful abyss of your being, revel in the twilight before the dawn, and let your wings unfurl. So what I get with that again is like, you're going through this transformation of mindsets and of mentalities. So just allow for that flow, and whatever you feel has been holding you back, cocoon that. Think about that and allow for any release to happen. Any emotions that need to be released, allow for that release to happen. And then for loving compassion, we have unconditional love, empathy, compassion, care, friendliness, goodwill, benevolence beyond duality, safe space, forgiveness through expanded perspectives, and open-hearted joy. Loving compassion is a fundamental element in the balance of life. It holds the seeds of the new paradigm of evolution. When doing hands-on healing, this is the force we call on. It is a life force energy or God essence, and it brings healing, vitality, and transformation, that's so interesting, to everything it touches. When we manifest or affirm something into the world from a place of love, the reasoning imbued in the statement will reflect our intent. If we manifest from fear, our journey will bring all the learning needed to gear us back into love. So again, like being very mindful of what you're manifesting through your thoughts. Are these thoughts fear-based, or are they based in love for your life and for the energies around you? This card invites you to bring more This card invites you to bring more loving to the situation. I think that's a typo. Maybe it means like this card invites you to bring more loving energy to the situation at hand, whether it is towards yourself or someone connected to the question. It may imply a need for forgiveness or for seeing things from a fresh, more expansive perspective, which is so interesting because Aquarius is all about the expansive perspectives. So yeah, you're definitely expanding your thoughts and bringing new perspectives in. Bringing in forgiveness. Who do you need to forgive? Do you need to forgive yourself? Do you need to forgive other people? Because that may also be something that's been on your mind, and something that's been like eating up a lot of your like mental energy. The next card we have is beauty. I have a form which is divine. I allow what is within to shine. So yes, allowing more beauty in your life. I feel like this new beginning that's coming in is allowing for more beauty in your life, allowing for you to see your life as beautiful, and do what is necessary for you to bring little bits of beauty in your life, whether that's externally or internally. It could be like beautifying your thoughts as well, so like turning negative thoughts into like positive energizing thoughts that are going to uplift you. And through that, you're finding beauty in the negative thoughts. Because sometimes negative thoughts are not a bad thing. Like, they help us to see what we need to heal, what might be holding us back, and how we can move forward out of that. And it helps to strengthen us. It's just a matter of like perspective and how we use those negative thoughts. Now let's take 2 cards from this deck to get any last information for pile, or to get any more information for pile number 4. Thank you. We have grounding and leadership. So with grounding, I get the sense like you have so many pentacle cards as well. So grounding your energies will really be beneficial to you during this time to help you bring about this new beginning. And leadership, so stepping into your role as a leader in your life, being the main character of your life, because sometimes we can like forget that we're actually the main characters of our life. So focusing your mind on how you can be the main character in your life and experience your life from your perspective rather than just having life happen to you. Now let's take a few last cards from this deck to end this reading off. One more. Take one more. Thank you. So we have the ocean. Be beautiful, mysterious, wild, and free, which, like, it's so interesting. You have beauty and beautiful. So stepping into your true beauty and being like the ocean, allowing for that flow and of the currents. And the ocean is also a really great way to like de-stress, because listening to the waves of the ocean helps our mind de-stress and we gain clarity through that. And then the next card we have is recharge. It also helps to recharge us as well, recharge our energies. At least it does for me. It says there's nothing like a walk on the beach to soothe your soul. So doing what's necessary to help your energies feel recharged, to alleviate any mental stresses that you may be having, and focus your mind on things that uplift you and allow for this transformation to take place. Pile number 4, thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I really hope you're able to allow for this recharge and step away from things that are draining your mind and keeping you in that like mentality of wishing and not creating, and really just step into your new beginning. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye. Hello, Pile 5. You've chosen the yellow Zestolite. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. While I was pulling your cards, I got like a vision of an old car, like an old vintage car. I was getting the message of a red car, but it didn't look red in the vision, sitting inside of a garage. So I'm kind of getting that like this, in this new beginning, you're gonna be like looking at what old things that you've been keeping locked up that need to finally be released. What things do you need to let go of? Like, what old things have you been holding on to that need to be let go of so you can step into this new beginning? And then your Lumeria deck was also really active. Like, it just shot out while I was shuffling. So we'll see what cards we get for that. But now I'm going to lay out your cards and I'll be right back. Hi, pile number 5. I've laid out your cards. We have the 10 of Cups being reversed, the Ace of Pentacles, the Temperance card, 3 of Swords, and the Hanged Man upright. And so with the vision that I got, this might have been a project as well for some of you. It could be like a project that you may have been holding on to that you haven't yet released, that you've been working on for a long while, and maybe like you're trying to perfect it so much that you still haven't yet released it. But that's only for a few of you, and I get that sense that this new beginning is you finally releasing it. For others of you, I get the sense that you may have been holding on to some emotional baggage, things that have been draining your emotional energies and have been keeping you like from truly enjoying your life and the things around you, as well as the relationships in your life. And so because of the Ace of Pentacles, I'm getting the sense that there's like a new opportunity to like up level in your career or in your life in general, to change things up. So like this could be like changing where you're living, or just changing your schedule, your routine. It could also be like changing the way you handle your finances. But this new opportunity, I feel, is helping you to find balance in your life so that you can start like working on your emotions, so that you can start giving attention to your emotions and what they're trying to tell you, and any like mental hurts that you've been suppressing. You can start to like actually take a look at that and dive deeper into that and gain new perspectives on your life and on your life journey, and maybe where it's been taking you and where you're headed. But there's a huge potential here too with this new opportunity to find this balance, so that you can come into a place of true fulfillment and true healing emotionally, and gain new perspectives. Because like we said with the Hanged Man, it's like it's all about gaining new perspectives. So this new beginning is allowing you to gain these new perspectives again through that mental healing, emotional healing, and finding that balance. Because what I'm getting is that for some of you, you may have been suppressing your emotions because you had a lot like on your plate. Maybe you had a lot of work responsibilities, or you were really like into that hustle of making money, or trying to like secure a certain lifestyle for you and your family maybe. And I see that like starting to and I see that like because you've spent so much time in that, you may have again like suppressed your emotions, or your mental like well-being. And I get a sense that this new beginning, through this new opportunity, or this up level, you're finally being able to like sit back and truly just allow for that release to happen. Yeah, and like my charger almost just fell, so like allowing for things to fall out that no longer that you no longer need, and that no longer like serve you or serve any purpose for you, and doing what is necessary and taking the time that's necessary to dedicate to your emotions, so that you can start to find balance in your emotions and your mind and your life. But this new beginning is really bringing in a change in how you approach your emotions, and how you approach any mental like baggage, and just overall how you approach your mental health and your mental well-being. And it's just so interesting to me because this new moon is in the sign of Aquarius, and Aquarius is an air sign which deals with our mind, and it deals with our ability to communicate. So what I get with the Three of Swords is that through this you're also going to be communicating to somebody or to yourself about the mental weight that you may have been carrying, the mental and emotional weight that you may have been carrying, and that may have been keeping you in this like trapped situation. But through this, you're gaining a fresh new perspective. Through you giving attention to these things, your home life is going to be shifting. I see like more harmony coming in. Yeah, and like just a freshness, which is so fitting because that's exactly what this new moon in Aquarius is bringing in. It may not come in like the most expected of ways. Like you may be expecting it to come one way, but it may not come that way. And that's why Spirit is like, the Hanged Man is here, because it's going to come in a very unexpected way, and it's going to make it so you can see things from different perspectives and allow your mind to open up, basically. the next few cards we have, oh my god, this is just so fitting, is evolution and radical expansion. So yes, this is allowing you to evolve, to change, to allow for change, and to be okay with change, because accepting change is just as important as the change actually happening. Like, we have to accept that change, otherwise if we're resisting it, it can cause like more damage. So yeah, with evolution, like the DNA is also reminding me of home life. So this is definitely confirming that your home life is going to be shifting. Your relationships with the people that you care about is going to be shifting, because I feel like you're going to be dedicating more time towards the relationships that matter to you, and towards like the people that matter, and that includes yourself as well. By dedicating time to your emotions, to the suppressed emotions, to the suppressed thoughts and feelings that you've had, you're going to be able to open yourself up more and see things from a fresher perspective, which is again going to allow you to shift your home life and dedicate time to the people that matter the most, and the relationships, like we said, that matter the most. I'm going to look at the guidebook for these to see any messages that they have, because they have a really, like, this guidebook has a lot of powerful messages. I'm also getting a message that for some of you, there's somebody in particular that you need to talk to, that you need to communicate with, because there may be some baggage in that relationship. There may be some things that need to be cleared. This could be like, I keep getting like a brother or a male figure, but it could literally be anybody. But yeah, for whatever reason, I keep hearing brother or like a male figure in your life. Okay, and so for evolution, we have growth, overcoming challenges, gracefully riding the waves of life, expanding out of a problem, flourishing in the face of change, literally what we were just talking about. Thriving in new environments, look for ways that you can flourish in the face of a challenge. Tap into your original passion and remember why you chose the path that brought you to where you are now. Break a problem down to its elements and be creative in how you tackle them. That's really interesting, because we have the Hanged Man here, which talks about looking at things from a different perspective and creatively overcoming situations and challenges. Alternatively, be present and ask how you can learn, grow, and become stronger through what is happening for you. Focus on the aspects of your situation that make it all worth it. So yes, like maybe for the longest time you stopped focusing on what really mattered, and so because of that it felt a little bit drowning, and this new beginning is shifting your focus back to what actually matters. Then for radical expansion, we have living and loving at full capacity, being unapologetically you, self-expression, boldness, having a voice, taking up space, expansion, empowerment, owning your true power, being visible in the world, having fun with your magnificence, letting go of judgment, creative exploration, and radical ways of being. It is time for expansion. You can be as big as your energy wants to be. Stop and consider anything that is holding you back. This card is the permission slip that allows you to let go of limiting stories and take up all the space you need. Have fun unleashing who you are. As bold and radical as some of your ideas or offerings might be, who is to say they are not what the world is waiting for, what the world wants? Take note of any judgment of authentic expression towards yourself or others. Be mindful that creatively exploring unrefined expression may be what is needed right now. Remember to center yourself in your heart and be the masterpiece your soul always wanted you to be. So what I get from that is like expressing yourself again, like communicating to others, and not allowing fear to hold you back from communicating your true thoughts and feelings to yourself and others. And also not fearing any old hurts or emotions that may come up through the expression of old hurts or the communication of old hurts. Not fearing any emotions or thoughts or things that might come up. And if you need to get help for anything, you should get that help that you need. Then the next card we have is prosperity, which is so interesting because you have the Ace of Pentacles, which talks about like that new idea or that new opportunity. And we were talking about up leveling in your career, so I think prosperity is definitely coming to you. It's just a matter, like, prosperity doesn't always deal with money, although it can. Like, it can be like feeling prosperous in your life as a whole, feeling like you have prosperity in your relationships with yourself and others, feeling like you have prosperity like in just like life experience or vitality, like energy as well, life force. So prosperity is just in general like feeling abundant in all sorts of things. But yeah, I see prosperity coming towards you during this new beginning, which is really beautiful. It says, as this tree grows so strong, so fine, so may I prosper from the universal divine. And yes, like, this new beginning is bringing in more prosperity in your life, pal number 5. And this new moon in Aquarius is really going to be highlighting this for you. Where in your life do you feel lack? Lack in your emotions, lack in your communicative abilities of your thoughts and things like that. Maybe lack in like family relationships. Like, where do you feel lack? Because it's going to highlight that during this new moon, and through that you're going to be gaining prosperity by working through those things. So now let's take 2 cards from this deck to see. I'm going to take this one. We have energy with orange, and the interesting thing about oranges are like when you smell that citrus smell, it gives you like a zest, like a freshness. It brings freshness in to where you're more motivated to get things done and to do things. So seeing things from a fresh new perspective, just like this Hanged Man has been telling us, seeing your emotions from a fresh new perspective will really help you in bringing more prosperity. Also, you have a lot of orange here too, and it's interesting because you were drawn to the well, this is yellow azestolite, but it also kind of looks orange. So your sacral chakra right now might be really active as well. And the sacral chakra deals with our ability to create and like our self-expression almost, and our emotions. Now let's take one more card from this deck to see what else Spirit would like to add to this reading for pile number 5. One more card. We have gratitude. Okay, so I don't remember what pile this came up for, but being in the mode of gratitude, being grateful for what you do have, is going to help you to bring more prosperity in your life in areas where you may feel lack. Because by being in that mode of gratitude, we're actually affirming to the universe what we do have. So in this new beginning, in this new moon in Aquarius, is going to be showing you where you need to be more grateful in your life. And for some of you, making a list of things, like every day writing down what you're grateful for. It could be like one thing, it could be 2 things, it could be however many things that you want to write down, is going to again really help you to step into your new beginning. Now let's take the last few cards from this deck to see what else Spirit wants to add to close off this reading. Any advice Spirit has for pile number 5. Take this one. Okay. So we have empathy. There's more beneath the surface. So with empathy, I get the sense that, like, be empathetic and understanding of your situation and of other people's situation, and don't be so quick to judge others, but rather like think about your own like situation and how maybe, you know, if somebody else was looking at you from a third party, they might be judging you, misjudging you as well. So don't be too quick to cast judgments, and rather just be empathetic with people. But that doesn't mean that you should allow people to walk over you. That just means that you can understand where they come from, and through that understanding you can still set healthy boundaries, even with like relationships, like family relationships as well, so that your emotions aren't getting drained because of it. The next card we have is Dive. You don't find pearls on the seashore, and that is so very deep. Dive beyond the surface. And it says right here too, there's more beneath the surface. So don't just look at the surface level issue for your emotions, the things that may be causing mental strains. Don't look at the surface level issues, because 9 times out of 10, it's not the surface level issues that's causing the problems. It's the things that underneath the surface. It's the roots. So get to the root of the problem. Pile number 5, thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I really hope you're able to step into this new beginning and use the energies of the new moon to do the work that's necessary and take hold of your prosperity. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye.